Hello and welcome to Buckman's Model Mania. Today we'll be working on the Moomin House Stage 11, which I actually just filmed Stage 10. I've gone in and I've put glue on the wires so that these won't pull out anymore. Just like I said, just finished Stage 10. It's the ceiling is sitting on the other side of the room drying. Let me go ahead and pull this off. Let me double check these wires and see they are firmly in there now. They're not going to pull off. And so today what we're going to be doing, or in this video what we're going to be doing, is putting these panels on the sides of this wall, similar to this wall here. Building the table, not going to paint the table on camera. It does get painted. And we'll talk about these pieces right here real quick. These pieces, this is not going to go on right away, but you can see they'll fit into the pegs or holes in the wall down here. What these are is I was talking about it here, they're the interior trim pieces for the wall. Once you do the, or for the doorways, once you do the wallpaper, these will, like I said in the last video, if I can put it in here right, you know, that's the problem. I'm flipping it left and right. I'm not flipping it the way I'm supposed to. But you can see once the wallpaper is on there, that will actually seal up the edges. So actually having the edges folded over a little bit will work better than if they were up a little bit from the edge of the doorway. So let me go ahead and put these back because I'm going to keep them in this bubble pack for for stage 12. The table, you have the table, you have to get the legs. Go ahead and throw this away. Every one of them comes with this. Actually, I've never opened this up just to see. And all it is just, I think it's copyright information. Yeah, it's copyright information. It's the address for DeAgostini. So let me go ahead and get this stuff out of the way, and we'll start working on that wall. So what it says to do position. Enough glue without letting the glue dry. Attach panel K. And so I need to make sure which edge this is. Looking at it in the instructions, it has this strip of wood on here. So panel K will go here. I'm going to go ahead and dry fit all of these panels. And again, it says to line them up against the interior of the door. And the key thing is also, the letters are going to be upside right and on the outside, not to the inside like I could do there. So let me go get some glue on here, get some clamps, and we will start working on this stage. Okay, got some glue on here. Might be too much. We'll wipe off the excess. And unlike with the last wall, instead of using super glue, I'm using just regular wood glue because these walls aren't going to have to bend that much. So I'm lining it up the inner edge and the bottom edge here. Go ahead and clamp this here. Do the same up here on the top. Make sure the inner edge, and it actually may need a bit of sanding here because while the edge of the wall here is angled, the edge of this piece of laminate is not. Let me grab the sides here, one in the center here to get it glued to the back of the panel there. And I will tell you right now, and you can see there's excess glue on the inside. I'll tell you right now, in my opinion, you can never have too many clamps. You don't have to use them all. You don't have to use a ton every time you do anything. but it's good to have plenty of them so you can clamp everything to, beyond all recognition. So next is panel I, which there are two of them. So one is going to go on either side. Just looked at this. There's two panel H's as well. They're going to go here. It says to sand it if it does not quite fit. And it says not to overdo it, because that's actually going to create your seam between your panels, and it will be visible through the vinyl wallpaper if you go too far. So let me go ahead and throw some glue on here. After I put this panel on, I'm going to pause the camera because I want to let this have some time to set a little bit. That's the magic of doing videos rather than streaming. This kit, I never thought about, even considered doing it on a stream, because there are so many pieces that have to be glued like this, need time to set. Make sure that edge is flush. Double check this one is flush. And I realized after I did the last issue, when I finished issue 10, I realized that I'm gonna have to fake it with the holes for the wiring, because the floor for issue 10, or the ceiling for issue 10, is already I just put it together, and I have no way with these panels on to figure out exactly where the holes need to go. Believe it or not, without even trying, and like I said, I use a lot of clamps. Without even trying, I got out just the right amount. And I will tell you, these ones, the different colored ones, are a little bit stronger, the clamping force, than the red ones. So let me go ahead and set this down, and I will be back after that sets up a little bit. Okay, so I've taken the clips back off. The glue is not 100% set. Matter of fact, there's a spot right here. Let me go ahead and get that out of the way so that it doesn't set there and make it to where I can't put the part on. Same with right here. Because once this sets up, once white glue sets up, it's going to be a real pain to try and get in there and get it out. So the next step, it says, is to take and test fit, not glue, but test fit panel H. Panel H actually is going to be curved, and when I put it on there, I actually tried it on while it was still setting up. There's a pretty good gap right there. What they say to do in the instructions is to make the gap the same on either side. I'm going to do that, but then I'm also going to come back later with wood putty and fill that gap. Get those pieces out of the way. So let me go ahead and put panel H on here. And what I'm doing right now is, you always have a little bit of residual glue on your glue tips. So I'm going to put this on here. Run some glue across here, do it across the center. Do it on the other side. Biggest thing it says to do is to make sure you make it's even with the bottom edge. So I'm going to make sure this side is even. Clip that. Do the same over here. Make sure this side is even. And I might not even have to do wood glue. I could probably just fill that gap there on either side. Let me move this just a hair over. Get some clips on the bottom's edge as well. That's even all the way across. I'm making sure that I put the one in the center on the vertical post there, right there. Just drop that one. Sometimes it's a little bit of a pain to try and reach them because I got to go around. And you can see there's a gap on either side. Not sure if I can fill that with glue or if I'm going to actually have to putty it, but I will do some fill on there before I put the wallpaper panels on. So let me pause for a second, get that clip back, and I'll come and work on the other side of the wall. Okay, I'm back. That was just a couple second pause, actually. Not like the last time. So now you got panels I and J. Move panel H out of the way here. Panel I is going to go over here. Panel J is going to go over here. They're going to line up with the inner edge just like the other side. I'm going to do that off screen, and we will come back after they're in place. Actually, I'll come back after I've got them glued and set. Then we'll talk about this panel, the other panel H, and see how well it's going to fit in. Okay, so this should be, at least the inner edges here, should be dry enough that I can take these off. Let me grab panel H here and see how well it's going to fit. And panel H on the inside, still a minor gap, but not near as bad. So let me go ahead and put some glue on there, get a couple of clamps out of the way here. Put some glue on there and we'll attach it. Once it's attached, I'm going to go ahead and put this aside, and we'll see it later on once we when we're putting the wallpaper, the vinyl on it. Oops. And I'm going to put the gap completely on one side on this one. So let me push this down, making sure that it lines up with the bottom edge. And it is lined up with the bottom edge all the way across, taking a little bit of excess glue out of there. Put that right there. One more clamp right here. And you can see there is a gap there, but I should be able to fix that. Actually, this edge sticks up just a hair, so let me move a couple of clamps and make sure I've got this edge down as well so that it's flush and I'm not buying extra problems next time, so that when I'm putting the wallpaper on. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fill those two spots with a little bit of wood putty, but it shouldn't be too bad. So there's the wall. Like I said earlier, I've glued these, similar to this wall here, I've glued those in. Set this over here. These are gonna stay in the bubble pack. Let me get the parts of the table out and we'll build the table. Legs, and the table says to primer it white, which I have some primer, some actual white primer. I'll primer it white, and then after I primer it, I will paint it. Make sure the legs are all the same length. You would think they would be, but you never know. Sand the notches on the legs with sandpaper if necessary. You can also sand the points where the legs attach to the tabletop. And what it's talking about is sanding it so that it'll fit in here okay. They're actually fitting pretty well. Partially so that they'll fit better, partially so that the glue will adhere a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and press with it the way it is. Put some glue where the bottom of the table goes. You can see I'm going to line it up with the outline there. And just to keep it in place, let me grab a couple of clamps, because it's kind of sliding all over the place right now with the glue. Yeah, see there, it slid when I put the clamp on it. Already got some glue here from underneath the table, or underneath the under part of the table here. A little bit of glue in each spot. And just pop these babies in here. Just saw something here on the edge. Cleaning off the glue that has seeped out. Pop this one in here. And that caused some glue to seep. Two more to go. That one will only go in there one way. Make sure it's all the way down. And the last table leg in place. Also caused some glue to seep here. I should be able to take these clamps off. Make sure the table's level, and it is. It's going to go somewhere in there. And that is all there is to do. Double check, make sure. Well, other than what it tells me to do is primer the table with white paint, and one part white paint, one part water to thin it out. Then mix 1 part white, 3 parts cobalt blue, and a small amount of black. Mix them, check it to see if I like it after it is, check it to see if I like the color, and then paint the table. Painting may have been a challenge at first, but it'll get easier. So that's all for right now. I'll paint the table off screen. I'll do the putty work on the wall off screen. When I come back, the next stage will be putting the wallpaper on the wall here. Not sure what else. That's just the major part of stage 12. Hope you're enjoying this build. It's a little bit more challenging. I'm enjoying it a lot, having a good time with it. Still got to put the holes in the floor or the ceiling here for those wires. Shouldn't be that bad. So yeah, it's a really good build, a little bit more complicated than a lot of part works. So like, subscribe, come on over to Hobby Time Modelers on YouTube, Facebook, and Discord. Links will be in the description, and see what we're doing. Today is Sunday. We'll be doing a live stream this afternoon at 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock Eastern. Feel free to come on over. You can join it if you join into our Discord. Have a great day today. Have a great day tomorrow. Take care of yourselves out there. Take care of each other. And I will see you in the next video.